Welcome back to Top 5.
The cavernous ruin of the abandoned factory is swallowed in oppressive darkness, broken only by sporadic flickers of malfunctioning fluorescent lights that cast a sickly pallor over the twisted remains of machinery and shattered glass. The air is thick with the stench of oil, rust, and blood, a visceral reminder that this is a battleground where only one can survive.
From the creators behind ShadowForge Media, get ready for a whole new universe of collectible heroes. Meet Blaze Core, the fire that started it all. Blush Spark, sweet, strong, and fearless. Frostbite, cool under pressure. Shadowflick, silent. Shadowborn, dangerous. This is ForgeyWorld.
From opposite ends of the debris-strewn expanse, John Wick and Snake Eyes emerge, both silent, both lethal. Wick's eyes are ice, cold and calculating, his hand gripping a sleek pistol, ready to unleash a storm of deadly projectiles. Snake Eyes moves with ghost-like precision, his black armor absorbing what little light exists, katana in hand, a faceless specter of death. The silence shatters as Wick's finger tightens on the trigger. He fires, a rapid burst of gunfire aimed to eliminate Snake Eyes in one decisive barrage. Snake Eyes ducks, rolls, and melts into the shadows, a flicker of movement just beyond the edge of perception. Then, like a bolt of lightning, he strikes, blade flashing in a deadly arc, aimed for Wick's neck. Wick's instincts scream at him. He ducks low, the katana slicing mere inches above his head, sparks flying as the blades clash. Wick spins, drawing a second pistol and firing a barrage at Snake Eyes' torso. Snake Eyes dodges with supernatural agility, slipping through the bullets, then closes the distance in a heartbeat, katana slicing downward in a deadly overhead strike. Wick parries with his forearm, the impact reverberating through his bones, then retaliates with a brutal fist, aimed at Snake Eyes' jaw. The ninja absorbs the blow, blood trickling from his lips, eyes narrowing with deadly focus. He responds with a savage kick, an explosive, precise attack that pushes Wick back, forcing him to stumble over debris. Wick recovers quickly, drawing a combat knife from his belt. Without hesitation, he charges, blades flashing in a deadly dance. Snake Eyes counters with a lightning-fast slash, blade meeting blade in a shower of sparks. The air thickens with violence, each combatant unleashing everything they have, punches, kicks, slashes, and blocks, relentless in their pursuit of victory. Wick lands a brutal uppercut, staggering Snake Eyes momentarily. But Snake Eyes responds with a vicious, spinning backhand, knocking Wick's head sideways, blood streaming down his face. Both men are wounded now, blood staining their skin, their clothes torn, their breaths ragged. Wick, desperately seeking an advantage, pulls out a small explosive device, an EMP grenade, and hurls it at Snake Eyes. The blast erupts, flashes blinding, smoke billowing. When the chaos clears, Snake Eyes is disoriented, his vision blurred, but his resolve unbroken. He lunges forward, katana aimed for Wick's throat. Wick, with a primal growl, pulls his pistol and fires. Snake Eyes ducks under the shot, closing in with lethal intent. Their blades collide again, grinding and sparking as they push against each other with savage force. Wick's grip falters, the pain from wounds and exhaustion threatening to overwhelm him, but he refuses to yield. He delivers a savage elbow to Snake Eyes' temple, followed by a knee to his opponent's ribs. Snake Eyes' armor is dented, blood streaming from a cut along his side. Both fighters are relentless, driven by primal instincts, no rules, no mercy. Wick pulls out a hidden knife, stabbing it into Snake Eyes' side, eliciting a grunt of pain. Snake Eyes responds with a brutal, quick punch, an uppercut that rocks Wick's jaw. Wick's head snaps back, blood splattering across his face as he staggers. Snake Eyes seizes the moment, launching a flurry of punches and kicks, each strike designed to finish Wick once and for all. Wick absorbs a series of brutal blows, his ribs aching, his vision dimming. But he fights through the pain, delivering a devastating punch that sends Snake Eyes reeling into a pile of scrap. Wick then pulls a frag grenade from his coat, pulls the pin, and throws it directly at Snake Eyes. The explosion deafens and blinds. Debris rains down in a hellish storm. When the dust settles, Snake Eyes is momentarily stunned, bleeding from multiple wounds. Wick, battered and bloodied, crawls toward him, clutching his remaining weapon, a pistol. Snake Eyes recovers with a snarl, blood dripping from his face. He raises his katana for the final strike, eyes devoid of mercy. Wick, despite his wounds, fires his last shot, misses by inches, the bullet ricocheting harmlessly off the steel remains behind Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes closes the distance in a blur. His katana swings downward, an overhead slash fueled by murderous intent. Wick parries with his knife, blades grinding together with a shriek of metal. They push against each other, each trying to overpower the other, neither willing to give an inch. Wick delivers a brutal, spinning kick, an attempt to disorient Snake Eyes. The ninja absorbs the blow, then retaliates with a lightning-fast punch, an uppercut that sends Wick staggering. Both men are on their last legs, blood pouring from their wounds, breath ragged with exhaustion. Snake Eyes pulls a grenade, this time, a fragmentation one. He hurls it with lethal precision. Wick dives, narrowly avoiding the blast, the explosion tearing through the air, shrapnel ripping into his side. He screams, clutching a bleeding wound. Wick, desperate, charges with everything remaining. He swings wildly with his knife, aiming for Snake Eyes' chest. Snake Eyes, with superhuman reflexes, sidesteps and counters with a brutal slash, cutting deep across Wick's abdomen. Wick gasps, blood pouring out as he falls to his knees. Snake Eyes advances, cold and relentless. He raises his katana, ready for the final blow. Wick, battered, bleeding, with only instinct left, fires his last pistol, misses again. Snake Eyes' blade descends in a lethal arc. Wick rolls away at the last second, grabbing his fallen knife. With a primal scream, he lunges forward, stabbing wildly. Snake Eyes catches his wrist, twisting sharply. The pain is excruciating, but Wick refuses to give in. In a final, desperate act, Wick yanks his arm free, staggering to his feet. He lunges with everything he has, blades crossing once more. Sparks fly as their weapons grind against each other in a brutal, grinding struggle. Wick's remaining strength begins to wane. Snake Eyes, with a cold, decisive fury, drives his katana downward, aiming for Wick's heart. Wick, with a last gasp of defiance, delivers a mighty shove, knocking Snake Eyes off balance. The blade pierces through Wick's chest, blood pouring out, eyes wide, he falls. Snake Eyes stands victorious, breathing heavily, blood-stained, eyes cold and unyielding. He sheaths his katana slowly, watching the fallen form of Wick, the fight finally over, one warrior left standing amid the wreckage, blood and steel, in the brutal, unrelenting clash of death.